Yes.
All aboard! Portugal is ready for Eurovision 2018. And today at the RTP press conference, they finally revealed some of their hand. And guess what? Bernardo Tavares Barrera? He was
Out
there.
there, honey.
And you gotta tell us all about it right now. Are you ready?
Let's
Let's
do
do this!
this.
Yes, today RTP revealed the slogan and logo. It is all aboard, choo choo. And there's been some really interesting reaction on social media. A lot of people say it looks like a little piece of sushi. Other people say it's basic. Some people say Portugal is celebrating its colonial past, its history of exploration. Bernardo, you are Portuguese. Please tell me your thoughts.
I think if we if we analyze the logo as an individual thing, it kind of looks a little bit simple, too simple. But we need to look at the 13 different logos that created it, and we need to look at it as an identity, as a visual identity they created for Eurovision rather than a logo they created. And the idea behind the identity they created, the digital identity they created, is brilliant. I think it encapsulates what we have best in Portugal and our culture. And our past as well, our present, and hopefully our future as well. So I think in that regard, they did an amazing job. And of course, people, not only in the Eurovision community, but in all fan communities, everyone is ready to throw shade and ready to throw hate, rather than actually trying to understand the steps they, in this case, the broadcaster did to create this idea of being all of us being aboard an idea and a motto that represents respect and diversity and tolerance altogether, three main things Eurovision celebrates. And of course, the fact that they have 13 different logos, helps them as well to communicate strategically the event in different ways. So you don't need to use only the same logo for all the communication you do on the event. So from a marketing perspective, again, it's a very well developed concept. Yeah.
Yes, harking back the ocean, uniting us all, Portugal, its explorers like Ferdinand Magellan, Vasco da Gama, Horn of Africa, beyond, yada, yada, yada. This whole connectivity, this idea of Portugal around the world, unity, Eurovision, it is very, very relevant to Eurovision. So I quite like that. I think you're right. On its own, it's a piece of sushi. It's, you know, as some people have said, female anatomy. As other people, but when you put it all together, it makes sense. I love the jellyfish. That's my favorite one. Because y'all got some good seafood. I don't eat jellyfish, but it's real, real cute. In any case, moving beyond that, can you address this notion of colonialism? Because on our comment section, people keep saying it's Portugal celebrating colonialism. As a Portuguese, do you feel that way?
I think politely they try to avoid that specific topic, and I think they went in a different direction. The fact that they wanted to associate the fact that we are a European contest with several European countries and different cultures, and trying to adapt that to the aquatic ecosystem they're trying to portray in the 13 different logos they created. And the motto, all aboard, you know, it's like people may associate the all aboard to, let's say, as a ship. And we conquered the world in ships all around the world, you know. But at the end of the day, they try to avoid that subject, and rightly so, I think.
Yeah, but cause look at the London 2012 Olympics. I mean, the UK was a colonial power, and like it, I feel like people will not feel that way once the show actually begins. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, during the opening ceremony, no one was saying, oh, this is a celebration of the British colonial past. People saw it as this beautiful panoply of cultures and people who have come together. And I think that idea will come through as time goes on. But, you know, today is day one. Of course, people are looking for things to talk about. In any case, we should move on from the slogan, logo, theme. Eurovision Village, what can you tell us?
Well, first, it's going to be extremely diverse. We didn't have much time to explore Eurovision Village back in Ukraine, but I hope we have a little bit more time to do so in Lisbon, because apparently RTP is preparing some big stuff to do with Eurovision Village. They are going to be open from 3 p.m. Every single day until almost midnight. So it's going to be days filled with cultural activities related to the country and to all the countries participating in this year's competition. They are harking back to the past. They mentioned that they may bring some Festival da Canção acts to remember a little bit of the past of our national selection. They also told us in the press conference they are going to focus the Eurovision Village, or a part of the Eurovision Village, on young audiences that are now the main audiences that watch Eurovision and have a growing interest for the competition, and they want to acknowledge that, and they want to focus their efforts on that as well. Yeah.
And what about Euro Club? Did that come up at all?
They announced that the Euro Club was going to be by the sea. They didn't announce the venue yet. So
okay, because y'all have a long river, so that could be many places.
In many places, yeah.
It could be in Porto for all we know. All right.
No.
Lisbon. Okay, honey. All right, and then so outside of that, what about the red carpet?
Blue carpet.
Blue carpet? Oh my God, what do you mean?
Well, the fact that the theme is based on oceans and the aquatic ecosystems and stuff like that, it's very thematically, it's obvious that they were going for something like this and trying to avoid doing the same as past years, that we always have a red carpet, it's always a huge event, and blah, 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 interviews. They're trying to bring interest and culture to everything they do in this year's competition. So one thing Jono Lassand, I think, the executive supervisor, said in the press conference is that this year, Eurovision has a story behind it, and everything that happens during the 2 weeks that we are going to be in Lisbon, everything has a meaning and everything has a purpose. And even though in Ukraine, for example, they tried to do that, of course, the problems there didn't allow them to show the country they wanted to show, both on the shows and on social activities outside of the three main TV shows, you know. And they weren't able to convey the celebrate diversity thing and the slogan they had. They weren't able to convey that in the shows, and I hope in RTP, and I'm hopeful that RTP will explore that in a good way for the shows and for the social events on the city. Yeah.
Get your dresses and your tuxedos. You need to be blue
Yes.
carpet ready. Red carpet ready is so last year, honey. Now look, can we go back to the logos for 1 minute?
Yes.
Looking at many of them, to me, look like the top of Altice Arena. Do you think on the camera they'll have like an aerial shot of Altice Arena and the arena will become each of these stamps?
It's the first time I think of something like that, and it's good that you mention it, because creatively it would be like incredible and something we never saw before, you know. And the fact that even the Altice Arena, even the Altice Arena remembers us of a big ship and they can use Altice Arena as a prop for the show.
Yeah, and I think that would be amazing. Kind of like, you know, in Azerbaijan, they did change the exterior of the arena to be the flag of each country. You could do something here. And of course, Altice Arena is by the water. So again, it fits with the theme. It's like a massive ship on the sea in many ways. It was funny, on Twitter, people were sharing pictures of John Bonomo from Turkey 2012 in his ship with the sheets. But y'all's ship is going to be a little more high-tech than that. Bernardo, Christer Bjorkman, his name came up today. Can you tell us what that was about?
Well, when they were announcing the names of the team members behind Eurovision 2018, of course, the name of Christer Bjorkman showed up when they announced the international people involved in this year's competition. I don't know in which capacity he will be in the competition this year, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be something similar to what he did last year in Kiev, since the executive producers are the same as last year, plus the ones that RTP provided the EBU. And then a couple more.
Okay, well, just to clarify, last year he was kind of responsible for the look and feel of all the acts on stage, so he and his team asked the delegations to send in mood boards of what they wanted their song to feel like. He actually told us in an interview that many people sent in white You know, they wanted white, you know, all those white dresses. And his job is to make sure the ballads don't all feel the same, that all the dance songs don't feel the same. He did a great job last year. I think given the challenges they had, it looked amazing. And this year, it's going to be even more amazing because the Portuguese team has the financing. They've got their act together. There's no huge political crisis because, as you know, Portugal is one of the most peaceful places on earth to live. Serenity, honey. So yeah, this is all looking very, very good.
Yeah, and even the EBU today, all the reference group was there, of course, because they had a meeting yesterday here in Lisbon. And most of them were at the press conference today. And all of them looked very happy, you know, and that they were actually enjoying what was happening and the fact that RTP is ahead of schedule and is delivering a good show for them. They just want everything to be on schedule and ready in time. And I think the broadcaster is delivering, yeah.
So Bernardo, did you get a press release or anything? Like, what were they highlighting to the press who were at the event today?
Well, apart from the logo, of course, and the motto of this year's competition, there is an interesting point when they focus on the 60th participation of Sweden in the competition. So it's something I didn't know, and I was informed when I got there. And the fact that Russia is back in the competition is something they highlighted and gave in the press release.
Yeah, well, Bernardo, thank you so much for this informative chat. I'm so glad you went. Did you have a good time?
I did.
Good.
And the catering was amazing.
I know you walked out with a plastic bag full of shrimp. I know how you roll. Save me some. In any case, that is what went down at the Lisbon Aquarium today. If you have any questions for Bernardo, put them down below. He was there on the ground and he will let you know what happened. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe our videos. We want to see what you like and what you dislike. Please comment. And among those of you who need to comment is my sister Suzanne. If you really want to come to
Suzanne Adam, honey. She needs to be in Lisbon, honey.
If she wants to come to Lisbon, she needs to leave a comment down below. And we'll see you later. Bye.